Hey beautiful, let's talk about something that will instantly reclaim your power. And that is to stop over explaining yourself. You don't need to justify your choices. You don't need to seek permission. And you definitely don't owe anyone a breakdown of your every move. Because here's the truth. Explanations equals seeking approval. And you were not born to beg for approval. You were born to lead. So let's break it down. Number one, I want you to understand that over-explaining weakens your energy. Every time you justify your decisions to make others feel more comfortable, what you're unconsciously doing is saying, I need you to validate me. Now, when you were younger, when you were growing up and you were little, you may have been put under pressure to explain yourself. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? What is your rationale behind this? We are raised in a system where, let's just be honest, and it has to be for social reasons, we get it, but essentially people are just always controlled. You're always going to be controlled. The one person does not exist autonomously. You're controlled by your government, you're controlled by your parents, you're controlled by your education system. Think about it. You can't put one step out of line or explain yourself. So you just have this narrative that, you must explain yourself because you're used to that. But what if you just stood up and said, I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm not saying that out loud, but in your head. The next time someone asks, why? The next time you assert a boundary and it's like, but why not? You don't need to explain yourself. Just because somebody asks you a question and pressurizes you does not mean that they have the right to have an answer. And that's something that a lot of us really need to understand. You don't. You know who you are. You know what you're doing. You know why you're doing it. Let that be enough. And it can be so uncomfortable. It can be so uncomfortable, especially if you don't want to come across as rude, especially if you at heart are such a loving, caring, giving person. It can be very uncomfortable when you are pressurized. And believe me, people know you. They know that you care and people will take advantage of you. They know that you've got this beautiful, sweet heart and they will try their best to take advantage of that, to get you to over-explain yourself. And why are people doing that? They're doing that because they're hoping to use what you say to manipulate you to do something else. And that's the whole point of it. You see, when somebody asks you to explain yourself, what they're essentially doing is you can identify this person isn't happy with what I'm doing. This person has a contrast in their mind of that what I'm doing is not favourable right now. Sometimes this can be through love and they're trying to help you, but other times it's like, I don't want you doing that. Have you ever been on a health and fitness journey? You've been on a glow up and suddenly you're eating your salads, maybe you're doing intermittent fasting, maybe you're just not doing the usual, you're going for your coffees but you're not having a cake, you're not having all this, and it's like, just live a little, or really you're not, what's going on, it won't kill you, or all that. It's like you don't realize you're respecting your body. And let's not even go down that route. It's nice to have a piece of cake, it's nice to do this, it's great, but I'm just using that as an example. People will pressurize you and shame you into doing things that make them feel better. And maybe that your friend who's sitting beside you is really seeing you elevate, she's seeing you rise, she's seeing you shine, and she's feeling left behind because maybe that's something she's tried one too many times before and not being able to continue with herself. Let me know in the comments if you've ever felt this. So again, if you come from a family where it's like they want to feed you all the time, why are you not eating? One of my answers used to be, and it was funny, and sometimes you just need to play people at their own game. It's just for fun. just to let them see, oh, she has a boundary, she's asserted it. You know, when I was younger, like the whole 90s craze was to be super skinny, and that was the thing, and it was beautiful, and that was the thing, and all the girls wanted to do this, so we were all on our little diets and whatever, just for fun. It's nothing crazy. And like family members of mine, but ones that I were very close to, and we would always like share these tips and things, and they would be like, oh, come on, eat something. But it would be more of a joke. It'd be like, oh, eat something. And then it would be like, oh, come on, you know, this has no calories. And it's like the highest calorie thing ever. And the running joke was, oh, she wants to be Victoria Beckham. And it's like, that's funny. And you can make jokes like that. You can say, well, you know, I'm never going to be like, you know, have Victoria Beckham's, whatever it was back in the day, size 0, eating ice cream and all that kind of thing. But it's like when people are sitting there forcing you, it's like, no, you just need to say, no, I'm not doing that. No. So make it powerful, make it fun. Be like, you know, it's all in your energy. It really is. When people get that literally your opinion, their opinion, when they're pressurizing you, doesn't mean anything. Oh, you can be hit with the biggest tantrums and resistance ever. But when they come to the realization, I'm just not going to go there again, that's when you win. But over-explaining isn't going to get you there, because over-explaining and basically saying too much is going to give too much away in terms of your motivation and give people something that's eventually going to make you crack, and you don't want that. So you are allowed to say no, by the way, without a story. No is a full sentence. I get this constantly, and certainly clients of mine come to me and always say, I just feel like I'm obligated to do this. I feel like I can't say no. I feel like it's just assumed. Yes, it was in the past, but now you're changing that story. You're changing that aspect of your life. Do you really want, at the end of your days, to know that you've wasted your whole life going through the motions, or do you want to know you had an amazing life? The same people can come along, but it's going to be amazing. They're invited. It's going to be exceptional. It's going to be amazing, but it's going to be enriched. It's going to be amazing. It's not wasting our energy going through the motions. So you don't owe anyone an explanation for your boundaries, your desires, or your next move. You just don't. The more you practice saying what you mean, without the padding, without all this small talk around about it, the more magnetic and clear your energy becomes. Because it's all about your energy. It's all about, you could walk into a room, say nothing, have people push on you, and you're literally rising above that, holding your ground, holding your strength, and saying little to nothing in a controversial topic where you're being pressurized. Stand strong, and it dissolves around about you. No. You don't need to go into why. If people are pressurizing you, I've said this so many times, people are pressurizing you, one of the best things you can do, if they're asking you, putting you on the spot, and you're a lovely person, you don't want to be rude. So you don't want to say, well, really, it's none of your business. The best thing you can do, if someone's really pressurizing you, is just essentially repeat back to them what they've just asked you as a question. Get them to say more about where are they going with this? Or you can just say that, where are you going with this? Let's move on. That's it. Shut down. Moving on. Done. Let me know in the comments if you're going to use that one. Where are we going with this? So first, repeat it back. What did they say? As a question. So maybe it's like, oh, they haven't seen you. Why are you not coming out this weekend? Maybe you're like, I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm done with the excessive nights out, the partying, all of that stuff. You want to develop yourself. You want to be going out the next day, doing things that make you feel good, fresh, all of that. Where have you been? We haven't seen you anywhere. What's going on with you? You can say nicely, I just like excessive drinking, going out partying, all of that. It's not really my thing anymore. But why? Are you too good for us? Blah, blah, blah. You may get all of that. You're too good for that now. You're too good for us now. Trying to create that kind of tension. So what's the reason that you can't come out? Why is that? Why we always do this together? You can just say, well, what's the reason? You can just say, what's the reason? I just explained to you. I'm fit and healthy. I want to do all these things. Don't you want that for me? Do you want to join me? If you do want them to join. And if it goes any further, listen, where are you going with this? Ask the question. Let's move on this conversation. That's as much as I can really say. There's nothing more to it than that. And that's it. And sometimes, sadly, this is not really the right episode for this one, but you are going to have to part ways with people that are very not aligned with you, and you're having these conversations all the time. It's time to make new connections. But when you're in situations with people who are always asking you to over-explain yourself, and you feel there's so much tension, feel there's so much energy draining going on, then you need to understand that you don't need anyone's permission. But sometimes you do need to be in that context. You need to be at work, or you need to be around certain people. And it's like, this is how we do it. So I really just want to leave you with this, that trust is your new standard. Start trusting yourself so deeply, your intuition, and carrying out your next move energetically in alignment with what you feel your higher self wants you to do and wants you to know. And trust yourself so that you no longer need anyone else to get it. And you can see behind everything that's going on. Your intuition, your soul, your truth, they're already guiding you. And the world does not need another woman who fits in. It needs another one who stands in her power unapologetically, inspires, rises, sparkles, looks incredible, and inspires others to do so as well. That's potentially your job in this world. So next time you feel the urge to over-explain because you're a beautiful person, I want you to pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I don't need to be understood to be valid. And if you're in doubt over what to say nothing. Breathe. Hold your confidence. That lets the person understand that you know what's going on. You're not explaining. You're not lessening yourself. You're holding your strength. And you're moving on with the conversation. Always remind yourself, I don't need to be understood to be valid. You don't need to care about anyone understanding you. It's irrelevant to you. As long as you and your higher self are in alignment, that's it. End of. Now, if you're someone who is ready to deepen your confidence, you want to drop the people pleasing and fully trust your path, and you need some pointers from someone who understands that, then I've created the Spark Activation just for you. It's something that is going to empower you to take the first steps that you need on your journey, on your entire life transformation. You don't need to show up in a coaching call, but even still, you're going to receive a fully personalized breakdown of the exact steps that you're going to take to reach your full potential and to get started doing that with the support of someone who's in your corner, who knows you have got this. So the link to the Spark Activation is your next step. It's below the link. You can find it there. And make sure that you have liked, you're subscribed to the channel, and you're ready for the amazing content that I have coming up for you next. Have an amazing day, beautiful, and I'll see you in the next one.